Check 1, 2. That was all my fault, family. That was all my fault. Everybody thumbs up real quick. That was all my fault. I messed that money up. I got nervous. I got nervous, man. That's all my fault. The FBAs are coming. The FBAs are coming. Yeah, I got nervous. I mean, yes, indeed, family. The FBAs are coming. The FBAs are coming. Oh, well, let me get the pop. I don't want the pop. Oh, man, look like I've been working out a little bit. Hold up now. Wait a minute. Now. Exposing hidden frauds. I got a little nervous. What up, man? Dinka Malley? What it do? 7,000 in the building. When you gonna bring that debate over here, man? Ain't no discussion over here for you. You a debater. I mean, wait, when you gonna do that, brother? Huh? What we doing? Yeah, let me go ahead and throw this up in there, family. Make sure y'all share this. I kind of messed up the link real quick. So if you shared it somewhere, please reshare it. I'm putting thanks for your support. Yeah, JJ ain't no Hebrew no more. JJ is a Mandinka warrior now. Hey, JJ, you let the Hebrew thing go, brother? I need to talk to you on the side. I need to know what's going on. Man, Dinka Malley, 7,000. I've been seeing that, but I need to know what that's all about. Are you still a Hebrew Israelite, or now you're a Mandinka warrior? What's going on, brother? Yeah. What's going on, brother? I need to know. You let it go? You got a spear on him now? You put that spear on? What's going on, brother? Man, I'm gonna call him tomorrow. I want to see what's going on. I mean, that's right. I'm gonna call him tomorrow. I need to know what's going on. That's my bro right there. My bro keep it a buck though. One thing I like about 7,000 is he gonna keep it a whole stack all day. He gonna keep it a whole stack all day. If he sees something new and he gotta go that way, that's what he do. And that's the thing. You gotta respect somebody that actually move like that, because we learn new stuff every single day. Only a fool is the same person yesterday as the same person the day that they were yesterday. But if you do have a body of knowledge, you can unfold in that knowledge. Or if you find out that knowledge is not as befitting for your journey, and you choose to upgrade, then hey man, you gotta respect that, man. I respect that wholeheartedly. You know what I mean? I tell Moors all the time, if you're not able to adjust yourself according to how knowledge develops, then you can't be in the temple where I thrive. Ain't nowhere in the world, because information changes all the time and research changes all the time, and you never know. You know what I mean? Where the research might take you. It is what it is. But anyway, family, we're gonna get started in a minute. I'm trying to wait till everybody get in the building, because I messed up the link, and so now people got to figure out where we at once again. So if you on Twitter, make sure you share this on Twitter. Hey family, have anybody ever noticed that all the FBAs, okay, there we go. If anybody know that all the FBAs that came to that come to the forefront and pose to represent FBA, did anybody ever notice something about all of them, family? Don't all of them look kind of suspiciously maybe not FBA? One second. Huh? Anybody? Please. Can anybody? 1, 2, 3. Hold up, let me find something real quick. All right. I'm going to leave it at that, but okay, here we go. All right. Hold up, I'm looking for a few things while I share this because I messed up, man. I messed the thing up. You know what I'm saying? I messed the thing up. But do anybody ever notice that? Anybody notice that you can't get a word out of Tariq about his lineage, but he claimed to be FBA? I mean, the standard that he sets for FBA is that you have to trace yourself back to the census, which is something that you can emphatically do. Why haven't he done it yet? Are y'all with me so far? If the objective is you can trace yourself back to the census, why haven't Tariq Nasheed traced himself back to the census yet? I mean, is that a fair question? Why are you still talking about this? I'm just asking a question. I'm asking a question. If the measure is that an FBA must be able to trace their father's side or their mother's side back to the lineage of the census of 1860, whatever, don't it make sense that he would be the first one to do it? Why haven't he done it yet? Why haven't the people that's claiming this FBA stuff haven't compelled him to do it yet? Why? And how does he get away with claiming FBA, founding the term FBA, blaming it on, what's the brother name, Claude Anderson, yet he have yet to definitively to do what he said is the requirement? That's crazy. Let me get into some of these comments real quick. Some crazy fool on the internet, for whatever reason, tried to make it seem as though, let me see if I can find it, tried to make it seem as though somebody was attacking our brother Claude Anderson. Let me be clear. Here on Moorish World TV, we may disagree, but that is as far as it goes. You understand what I'm saying? That's as far as it goes. We may disagree, but there is nobody on Moorish World TV. There is nobody on Moorish World TV have the time nor the energy to go and try to address an elder about anything. Now, if one wants to come and defend the elder, then that's fine. But you're only defending against information, historical context, and what we have researched. That's it. But don't try to pull that nonsense over here, because some crazy fool says this stuff. This is the desperation of FBA. This dude D-Day, Born King 808, he said, we have to make sure this great man is protected. Panties are online threatening him and trying to find out where he stays. Nobody is trying to find out where he stays. And whoever controls this Moorish World TV network channel says, no one is threatening the elder. Please stop spreading lies. MWTV presented the history of bro Claude Anderson and his connection to FBA, discussing the legitimacy thereof. MWTV knows everyone's address, and he covers a topic. He covers a topic, and when he covers a topic, he blocks it out. So at the end of the day, this is the desperation of FBA now. They spread propaganda. This is the desperation of FBA. You know, one thing about doing research on this level, as the comments suggest, we know everybody's address, even yours, D-Day. But it's not about that. It's never about that. It's never, and it never will be about that. The only thing that we're doing here on Moorish World TV is covering information that seems to be questionable, and the legitimacy of those that claim that they about the social advancement of our people here in America. But because we have FBAs on the run and they're so scared right now for whatever reason, I don't understand. All you have to do is come and prove the information wrong. You know what I mean? I think that's always been the case here on Moorish World TV. We have invited, and I have invited, and I will continue to invite anybody on to prove the information wrong. You ain't got to be scared.
Certified boogeyman.
You ain't got to be scared, man.
Certified boogeyman.
Come on now.
Certified boogeyman.
Check 1, 2.
Come on up here.
We're gonna speak the truth, regardless of whether you like that truth or not.
Certified boogeyman.
We're in the 21st century. How people are poor, hungry, ragged, naked, and out of doors.
Certified
How
boogeyman.
people are being
Let's get it.
murdered on a
Certified
daily and
boogeyman.
consistent basis.
It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you. A couple weak frauds that crept through. They put the bean on
What
me,
up,
didn't
Cryptonomics?
neglect you. Time's up. Allow me to
Y'all
bless
ready?
you. They yell reparation.
You ain't late, Gregory Brown. You ain't
A
late.
male clown rapper claimed he was
I'm
paid,
late.
but you don't know he was a fed since 9-0. Cosmo Flex was a front for 5-0.
Certified
You can't
boogeyman.
get dropped in a pit of snakes
Certified boogeyman.
and trying to figure out which one has the venom sac.
Let me finish get these slides together.
This one is not
Certified
poison.
boogeyman.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one, family.
I guess they don't
This is gonna be a good one.
That's who own them. Lying on GS, claiming I stalked
There
them.
we go.
That ain't true, cause if it was, I'd have chalked them. I'm simply a
Thank you for
blogger,
your support.
searching for the family, cause people look like me continue to scam me.
I'm out here
Continue to
struggling
scam
with
us
it.
in the name of liberation, but when I call them out, they claim
But as
that
I-
I'm hating. Who
Certified
says
boogeyman.
I smacked somebody?
Certified
Poke your chest
boogeyman.
out, then fly
Certified
thousands of miles. Check it out.
For a
Certified
peace order.
boogeyman.
For a peace order.
I'm back like I left
something.
something.
And you kept fronting sick the Romans on me, but they ain't
Y'all
really
ready
stopping
for this?
nothing. How you say you slap a man and go get
How
a
many
peace
thumbs up
order?
we got up
Something
here?
ain't adding up. Now I'm in the deep water.
Come on, we got 100 people in here and only 29 thumbs up. Come on now. Let's get it.
Nah, you ain't a Sunni or the nation, but ain't nobody question why you perpetrating. See, early in the 90s, they put you on a mission.
Throw them thumbs up, fam.
Conscious, you came with something different. Goofy clown rap.
Hold
to
up,
take
man.
it off track, but you were so
If this was another genre-
they made another character, turned into a thug. From Cosmo to K-Flex, but still got no love.
Album went wood.
It was trash, no good.
You was hip-hop police.
Snitching on the hood. How you make
Eh.
a documentary about hip-hop and not include yourself? And
Yeah,
all
we
your
about to get
albums that
started.
flop. Yeah, you got some dark secrets. I'm here to expose
Yeah.
them. And I don't plan to stop until everybody knows them.
Starlight in the building. Starlight, I got your email. I got your support. I really appreciate it. I'm still tired from working though. I'm super tired now. That's right, I'm tired, but we gonna get in. Look at these eyes, red as a beet. I'm out here struggling with it. But we in the building, family. We are in the building. What up, Tony Memory? Rick Empotep, this one is going to be one for the books. Anybody ever noticed that FBA has been initiated by non-FBAs? That's the name of the game today. That's the name of the game today. Now, I'm going to say this one time, and I'm going to say it one time only. If the criteria to be a FBA is to trace yourself back to the census, why haven't the person who created the criteria haven't traced himself back to the census yet? Wouldn't that be suspect? If you gave me a criteria of how to define myself according to lineage, why haven't you? This is why it's a joke. This is why it's a joke. It's a pure joke, and I'm going to continue to do videos on this to get people thinking how they been tricked into this fake illusion of confidence and this illusion of belonging, illusion of inclusion. In other words, we have a lineage like Mexicans have a lineage, and our lineage goes back to a plantation. Our lineage goes back to the 1860 census. Like, that's as far as you go back. I mean, somebody said, Dr. Claude is from my hometown, Detroit, Michigan. Shout out to Claude Anderson. Let me explain something to Sean W. and everybody out there who think that I'm coming for Dr. Claude Anderson. I don't think anybody should consider not examining those that came before us. In fact, I don't think Claude Anderson is literally from Detroit. I know that he tried to do an African town in Detroit. It's a mystery where Claude Anderson is from. I remember he tried to do some investment in Detroit. Oh, let me throw this other one before we get started. But you could be right. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. You could be right. I could be wrong. Now, so it was another guy. It was another guy on the internet talking about Claude Anderson. And he was saying that, let me see if I can find it real quick. He was saying something to the effect. He been saying something to the effect that Claude Anderson had all of these accomplishments. You follow me? He said that he had all of these accomplishments. And so he was trying to basically counter what I was saying as it relates to brother Claude Anderson, right? That I was saying the other day. And so this is what he put up. This is what he put up. And I hope he's watching tonight. This is what he put up. He says, these are Claude Anderson's accomplishments. These are Claude Anderson's accomplishments. Founded the Waterland Fisheries Incorporated. That went belly up. And he probably still paying the $1 million loan back as we speak today because it concluded in 2020. Appointed federal co-chairman of Southern Governance Commissioner, state coordinator of education in Florida, executive director of economic development in Miami, founded the Harvard Institute, owned Black Focus Station Radio. Let me start with Black Focus Radio. Black Focus Radio, that didn't last long. That was in maybe the 60s or 70s, and he sold that. And he didn't sell it as a community type thing. He didn't sell it to represent melanated people. So all the black talk, let's stop it. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop it. I'm not going to get into the Harvest Institute because every time we deal with that harvest, we know that there's, I'm going to do a whole show on the Harvest Institute because that's a whole think tank of how to get these people emotionally tied to ideals. I'm going to get into a whole show about that. But when you get into the executive director of economic development, state coordinator of education of Florida, appointed federal chair of governor's commission and all that, these, in my opinion, there goes Sean, he's from South Carolina, but he moved to Detroit as a young adult. Thank you. In my opinion, these government appointed positions were gatekeeping positions. And everything after that also becomes gatekeeping positions, even if it seems to be independently driven. And I'm going to tell you why I say that in a minute. So remember the other day we was talking about the fisheries. We was talking about the fisheries and how he got the loan and et cetera, et cetera. And then it fell apart. Let me go to the slide right now just to bring you up to speed for the guy that might be listening. Let me bring him up to speed real quick because it seems like he wanted to use that. So let's bring him up to speed real quick. So this is the brother on the right that owned the bank where he got the loan. You know what I mean? Somebody said, what happened to the house on Fulton? We sold the house, but that is not this story today. So we sold it and then we got another one and we still building. We got a lot going on, but that's not the show today. Bye. Gotta go. Anyway, that's Jay Dizzle. He keep making these channels talking crazy. Anyway, with this being said, the older guy, Claude Anderson, would get the loan from this quote unquote black bank. You follow what I'm saying? Now, once he get the loan and over millions of dollars, and I'm gonna say millions, at least 1.5 altogether, Claude Anderson wasn't trying to pay the brother back. He wasn't trying to give the bank back their money. after the business failed. After it failed, and it was. I mean, you have to go see the story from yesterday to really understand it. You know what I'm saying? You have to go see the story from yesterday to really understand it. But it really was a grift. Whether you like it or not, it was a grift. That wasn't a success story. It was a total grift. But let me tell you something. One thing that is real suspicious about this, family, you need to look closely at this. Please, if you're gonna sign off tonight, come back and watch this, because this is some really serious stuff that happens in our community. Now, one thing that you need to know is that this is not the first time that Claude Anderson got into an endeavor about fish. The first time he did, I'm telling you that it was a gatekeeping demonstration. And in this gatekeeping demonstration, he was trying to penetrate Africa for the United States government. Listen to this. Florida fishing fleet could fill nearly limitless markets by exporting underutilized fish to Western Africa nations. A spokesman for the State Federal Commission says those trash fish are a dietary staple in those countries. Claude Anderson. Claude Anderson is working for the government, saying we're going to send trash fish. We're going to send trash fish to African countries, and we're going to make some money for the United States government. This is what I'm trying to tell you. See, the whole thing in a nutshell is this. I'm not making stuff up. I'm not sitting up here telling you something without showing you receipts. This is what he said, according to this article, and he's being quoted. It says, Friday Anderson is the co-chairman of 5 state coastal plains regional commissions. That's what the guy said that he was a success at. This is what the guy said on Twitter. Exposing the frauds. Are you here? Show him this article. Listen to this. Commission members include the state of Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia. Anderson added that the developing nations of West Africa, including oil-rich, he's trying to get oil for the United States, oil-rich Nigeria, are virtually unexplored by U.S. business. You see, this is the foreperson of colonization in modern times. You know what I'm saying? So the way that the European get into African countries, even during the time of slavery, they send one of our own. In the same way that infiltration happens to us on a daily basis, it's always one of our own. You follow what I'm saying? So he was working for the government, trying to penetrate Africa in order to bring a fish market into Africa. And as I told Moochie yesterday, who knows what them fish are tainted with? Who knows? Anyway, it goes on to say, Nigeria, Anderson accompanied Regional Commission Trade Commission to Nigeria, designed to explore markets for seafood and commercial fishing equipment. During the November visit, the delegation visited 3 Nigerian cities and met with approximately 100 Nigerian businessmen. You feel what I'm saying? Somebody said you got to remember his stance, though. He feels like we should hold any allegiance to country. We should hold any allegiance to Africa. Well, one minute he says we should hold, and another minute he said we not. He's a bunch of contradiction, brother. One minute he says we need to be native black Americans and we need to do our things without the influx or influence of nobody else. And then another time he says, early on, he said that. So he bounces back and forth. And this is the blueprint of what we see in Tariq Nasheed. One minute he's Pan-African. The next minute, you say should not. One minute he's Pan-African. The next minute he's not. But either which way, Sean W., one minute he is, one minute he's not. Right? And I'm going to show you in a minute. So look, this is Claude Anderson. This is the FBA godfather. This is the FBA godfather. This is the one that the people made me research. It goes on to say that the industry, hold up. It says the industry, let me go down some because I don't want to stay stuck on here. It says, Mr. Ratfield tells me that he could sell 1 million worth of fish each month if it were available. They're trying to penetrate Africa with these trash fish that Claude Anderson says. Trash fish. This is what I'm talking about, man. This is no more than colonization with food now. Trash fish, he call it. He goes on to say, Miss Radford tells me that he could sell 1 million worth of fish each month if it were available, said Anderson, adding that Radford already has reached an agreement to begin exporting approximately 720,000 pounds of fish to Nigeria each month. Remember, he said those trash fish are a dietary staple in those countries. This is why I'm telling you, when you have someone like Claude Anderson, when he used the term like those countries or stuff like that, it just doesn't go down right. But let me finish. Anderson also said that the fish will be sold in Nigeria and compromise a large so-called underutilized species. So they're going to sell fish that United States don't even consider something that we want to serve to our population or this population or however you want to say it. He talk about croakers, sardines, and they are not high demand in the United States, but selling these fish to Nigeria, listen what it says, will not only provide the Nigerian, now here is the flip side, that they always got to make it sound good. It will not only provide Nigerians with a badly needed source of protein. Nigerian been around for millions of years, and now you got to give them a source of protein. Nigeria existed before the United States. The people existed before the United States, and now they need a source of protein. Listen to this. Needed source of protein, but we provide the fishing industry in the Southwest with a new market for fish that we cannot sell at home, Anderson said. Bob Jones of the Southern Fishing Association said there is no way to estimate the potential market for Florida fish in Nigeria. So it's no mistake that he would try to pull off this fishing thing here in the United States and use the population of melanated people as guinea pigs for fish that he was selling out of fish tanks. He had major fish tanks. The watershed or fishing thing that people like to talk about, or the guy like to talk about on the let me see real quick. Let me pull it back up real quick. That the guy like to bring up this here, the founded Waterland Fisheries Incorporated. These fish was going to be eating pellets. These fish was in great big fish tanks. These fish was being taken care of with pretty much faucet water, and they was pretty much like tilapia. Tilapia ain't nothing but big goldfish. And they was going to distribute that into our communities. Like, come on, man, stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me. And see, when this research come out, this is what I'm saying, man. So this guy here, Shadow, he must ain't doing no research on his own. He's like, don't speak on it before you do research. What are you talking about? And when he worked for the commission, he was a gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? He was a gatekeeper. When he went to do his own thing and claimed he was doing it for the people, it just was crazy. It just was crazy. So at the end of the day, the fisheries thing is nothing but trying to sell big old goldfish, koi fish. You know, the Japanese koi fish. So bro, if you want to come on the show and you want to defend our brother, you're welcome to come on the show. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to come with some receipts, because just because a person been involved in something, that don't mean that they've been involved in something that benefits a people. And when a person go around on tour teaching economics, go on tour and branded himself as the powernomics economics guru for quote unquote black people, like, come on, man. I mean, somebody said Nigeria was created in the early 1900s by what? I'm not talking about the name Nigeria, fam. I'm not I'm not talking about the name Nigerian. I'm talking about the people, the Igbo people there, the Ashanti people there. When I say Nigeria, come on, brother. Come on, context, brother. When I say Nigeria, I'm speaking about the people. You know what I mean? The Igbo, the Ashanti, the on and on and on and on. I'm speaking about the people of the land. So if I need to be specific, I will, Sean W., but that's what I'm speaking of. I'm not speaking of the colonized names that was given to the countries of Africa. I'm speaking to the people. I'm saying that they exist way before the United States. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, I shouldn't have to explain that. I shouldn't have to explain that. I mean, yeah, I shouldn't have to explain that. But hey, if I have to. But listen, one thing that we do have to understand, that at the end of the day, they give us leaders. So it's no surprise that now we have leaders right now. I mean, now we have leaders right now. I mean, I got you, Sean W. Sean W, you on point. Sean W on point. Yeah, I'm glad we on the same page, brother. So at the end of the day, they give us leaders. None of these people came in the name to benefit us as a people. They give us leaders. You follow me? And so at the end of the day, family, we have to be careful when people come and try to redefine who we are. First, we have to try to identify who they are. We have to identify who they are. Now, when we look at Obama, many of the images that they would give us on Obama, they would make sure in the media that he looked a little tint more darker than he actually was. They always did that. But Obama got all the swag of a brother. He can play ball like a brother. He claims he like Jay-Z as well as Young Jeezy and Lil Wayne. So that is enough to sell him to the people. That's enough to sell him to the people. And he would be able to do the bidding for European and white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? He was able to be doing the bidding. And the same thing happens today, family. Please hit that thumbs up. We got 200 people in the building. Hit that thumbs up. We about to get into class real quick. We ain't going to be long. Even with Kamala Harris, these are people that they would sell to us. Whether you are for Trump or whether you were for Kamala, it didn't matter. Trump is pushing a white supremacist agenda, and Kamala, if she would have ran, she would have instituted a white supremacist agenda. The only thing with Kamala, though, people would have been more, man, you know the funny part about? People would have been more receptive of the manipulation from Kamala. But in even rethinking that, I'm looking at how they're so receptive to the manipulation of Trump. But it's the wing of the same bird. Each one is the wing of the same bird. You feel what I'm saying? It's the wing of the same bird. So Kamala, yeah, she was going to do the bidding. She was going to do the bidding too. So listen, they got us surrounded, family. They got us surrounded. It is what it is. They got us surrounded, family. She was going to do the bidding like they always been doing anyway. We haven't had nobody for us in a long time. When Martin Luther King woke up and found out that he was doing the bidding for white supremacy and it was unintentional, you know what happened to him. You know what happened to him. So we haven't had anybody for us in a long, long time. You know what I'm saying? In a long time, family. What we have had is people that spew a bunch of rhetoric and yank on people's heartstrings to keep them distracted while the slaveholder continues to maintain his empire and his hold on a people who has been oppressed. You follow what I'm saying? So all of these talkers, all of they doing is they holding people by their heartstrings. That's it. They're holding people by their heartstrings, and while they're doing that, they're distracting them, and the powers that be maintain their strong hold on a people who are destined to be independent and building on their own accord. But this is what these are all gatekeepers, family. These are all gatekeepers. Now in this demonstration here, I want to tell you, this is my guy. I like Dr. Coleman. I like him. But I do have to call a spade a spade. When you have the building of FBA, you have him at the foundation of the building of FBA. You follow me? I have no disrespectful words to Booker T. Coleman, to Brother Kaba. No, none whatsoever. And I don't disrespect people anyway. You know what I mean? But, family, where's Booker T. Coleman from? Anybody know? Where is his mother and father from? Because he is on the foundation of building these concepts called FBA. So where is he from? Where is he from? Now, I'm not questioning his legitimacy. I don't think that he's the sharpest historian at all. But I do believe that he's true to himself. In other words, I don't believe that he's an op. I don't believe that. But for him to be picked up by Tariq Nasheed, he worked in New York. He worked in New York public schools. Right? So my point is this. His name is Booker T. Coleman, named after Booker T. Washington. Right? And he is at the forefront of building the ideal. Whether he knew it or not, he was at the forefront of building the ideal of FBA. But the whole thing, who is he? Who is he? Who is his parents? Is he FBA? According to the standard of FBA, who is his parents as it relates to FBA? This is the reason why I'm saying this, because people have been selling us these stories of delineating and changing your ideal and these fake little distractions. So now we need to look at everybody. Family, when we look at this wall here, the building of the FBA, we have a Pan-Africanist and Professor Smalls. Y'all hear me? We have a Pan-Africanist and Professor Smalls. We have a Pan-Africanist and Dr. Kaba. We have a Pan-Africanist and Francis Cress Welsing. We have a Pan-Africanist and Biddy. Family. No. The emphasis is Marty Marr. Listen, I'm not coming for Booker T. I'm just saying, whether he knew it or not, that he was on the foundation of the building of the FBA, because he did a bunch of lectures in concert with FBA Rhetoric. That's why I said knowingly or unknowingly. That's why I said that. I'm not coming for him. Yeah. Mason Biddy Mason. Now, I'm not sure, because I didn't get Madam C.J. Walker. I'm not sure of her perspective, but I can tell you that Biddy Mason is a Pan-Africanist. Where are the FBAs that, even if they didn't use the term FBA, where are the FBA people that espouse the concept? That it's about just us here in America from the slave plantation. Huh? Where is in history, family? Press 7 if you understand what I'm saying. In in building the concept of FBA, can we name one person in history that espoused the same ideal, even if they didn't use the term FBA, that espoused the same ideal that FBA, the concept of we from the plantation is just us and only us. Forget everybody else. Can we name one person in history? Just one person. FBA doesn't, the concept of FBA don't have no history. The concept of FBA is a new concept orchestrated by the officials. Listen. Sean W., how you going to say Elijah Muhammad? Elijah Muhammad said he's the Asiatic black man of Asia. Asiatic black man? That ain't, nah, brother. And the teachings of Elijah Muhammad, he's an Asiatic black man. He would be a Pan-Africanist. Asiatic black man, the maker, the owner, the cleaner of the planet Earth, father of civilization, God of the universe. The whole planet is mine, in the words of Umar Johnson. Come on, nah, Sean. He would be a Pan-Africanist. His concept would be Pan-Africanism because of regardless of what he demonstrates, because we are supposed to take care of us. Don't get it twisted. I mean, as Garvey would say, at home and abroad. So just because you focus on at home, that don't mean that you neglect abroad. I mean, he felt as though we was the lost tribe and on our own. But he doesn't stop there. He doesn't stop there. You feel me? He doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. He traces. How can you be lost if he trace you back to Asia? That's a show. That's another conversation. How can you be the lost? Where you lost from if you know you from Asia? Because God came in a person and told you from Asia, so now you're not lost no more. Come on. Hey, Sean W., I'm telling you, that's a whole nother show for itself. I'm going to leave my brothers on the NOI alone on this show, so we're going to move past that. But on this wall right here, there is not one person that believe in the concept of FBA even before the name. Not one. Not one. I'm asking to name somebody in history. None. You can't. It's impossible. It's impossible because Professor Smalls already put it out there where he stand. You follow me? He's a Pan-Africanist. He's a Pan-Africanist. Francis Cress Welsing, she's a Pan-Africanist. Listen to what she says. Not only are blacks the genetic parents of all people of the world, but blacks produced the first scientists, architects, musicians, mathematicians, astronomers, astrologers, philosophers, statesmen, priests, prophets, and generals. Indeed, Africa produced some of the first fighting women generals. Family, she's a Pan-Africanist. Where is this FBA concept in history? Where is it? And forget the acronym. I'm saying, where is the concept that people are always relating? These are our FBA heroes. No. You're superimposing your ideals on one who would have never stood with this madness. The separation of people who have been oppressed around the planet. They would have stood with this madness. It's silly. Listen to this. She said, Africa produced some of the first fighting women generals. I'm reminded of some ancient and important wisdom of Africa, as seen in the following two proverbs. When you educate a woman, you educate a nation. And the hand that rocks the cradle rules the nation and its destiny. With this wisdom, our black ancestors in mind, let us examine the current world crisis and role of black women in its resolution. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, The ISIS Papers. You follow me? the ISIS papers. Even the ISIS papers goes back to Kemet. Where is all of these FBA people? They be superimposing people to be FBA in history. They don't have no FBA. So they just steal it. They steal it. All right, let's take Biddy Mason. Let's take Biddy Mason. Biddy Mason founded the first African Methodist Episcopal Church in Los Angeles, 1872. Pan-Africanist. African Methodist, Pan-Africanist. Are y'all with me? Press 7 if y'all with me. There's not one person on this wall that espouse the concept of FBA. Not one. Not one. Don't y'all find that ironic? Don't y'all find that's crazy? Not one person on this wall. Not one. Even Biddy Mason was intelligent. Even she was intelligent beyond the FBA foolishness. Not one. Now, let's check this out. Let's check out my brother Booker T. Coleman. Kaba Hawatha. Koami. I might have butchered that a little bit. The question is, you know what I mean? The question is, although Booker T. Coleman, someone said he doesn't agree with Tariq Nasheed, when you have your face on the mural, it aligns yourself with the concept of division amongst our people. And so I ask everybody, where do he come from? Maybe he will tell us his history. He looked like, to me, he looked like what you call Tawano. What's the Puerto Rican Indians, if you will? You know what I mean? Ha-Awatha. I got it, Crip. Ha-Awatha. I think I got it. Ha-Awatha. It's not a lineage. It's an online ethno-political interest group with no direction. You're right about that. Why don't Jamaicans go by African Jamaicans? I'm not saying we go by African American or anything. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that you don't let someone outside of you name you and then give you a criteria that they don't meet themselves. That's called suspect. That's called suspect. What's that? Taino. That's what he look like to me, I think. Yeah, I'm going to butcher that word. But y'all my friends. Y'all know I butcher words. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know I butcher words. But look, somebody said, even when you look at his bio, in the bio, right? Let me bring it back down. I do it from the upper way. When you look at his bio online, you never see a lineage history with him, but you do see Kaba received, I ain't even gonna butcher his name, his bachelor's degree in international politics from New York University. His minor was in Caribbean studies. Caribbean studies. Now, I'm going to tell you, family, I've never been to a university in my life, but I don't think I will be taking Caribbean studies. I think that's a clue. I think it's a clue. I think that's a clue. Because when you go and research Brother Booker T. Coleman, you always hit a brick wall. For some reason, you hit a brick wall. I can't say why that is. Like I said, I give him the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? I've been following him for years. I've learned a lot from him for years. When he started to talk about more mean black and all that stuff, that kind of threw me a curveball. I'm like, man, hold up. This guy's an educator. He don't know that more don't mean black? Like, what? And he was emphatically saying that in Hidden Colors. I'm like, what? This guy's an educator. He doesn't know that.
I mean, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. I actually got a book out coming out. More don't mean black. It'll be out on the 1st or the 15th of next month. I mean, but when you look at Booker T. Coleman, the funny part about this is, and you're gonna see this common theme, that back in the day, it's like everybody will blow their hair out to have this Afro bush to blend in with our community. You know what I mean? But then when they get older, you see, man, the bushes is gone. They don't blow that joint out no more. That joint slick back Willie again. Somebody told me, all right, man, leave the pirate alone. They didn't call the man a pirate. Somebody on Instagram, it's like, leave the pirate alone. I was like, oh, man, y'all terrible. They terrible. Come on, Corey. Corey, stop, Corey. I ain't reading Corey comment tonight. Nah. Y'all, they already mad at me. You know what I mean? They already mad at me because I'm calling a spade about the historical context of our people. You know what I mean? Somebody said they leave. I ain't reading Corey comment. Nobody. I love you, Corey Washington. Leave me alone. No, sir. They already on Twitter mad at me because I done rained on their parade. You feel what I'm saying? I done rained on their parade that the people who they thought their childhood is spoiled, man. I done spoiled their whole childhood. It's over. Their whole conscious journey is blown. I done blew the cover. I blew the cover. It's over. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, people not who they say they are. I'm just saying. Look, back here when he was in the army, he had the bush right there. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. But Pops don't look like he from the land, man. I'm just saying. Pops don't look like he from the land. Look at Pops. Pops definitely got on one of them Uncle Puerto Rican shirts, bro. Shout out to my Puerto Rican brothers. But y'all know about them shirts? Shoot, y'all know with the floppy collars on them Jones? Hey, yo! Hey, y'all know about that? Put the picture of his wife. Hey, nah, I can't do his wife, Vince. I can't, man. I can't. They already mad at me, man. I'm just trying to say that the foundation of FBA, the building blocks of FBA, does not even espouse FBA. That's all I'm saying, man. I ain't gonna front though. I'm gonna mess with my brother Corey real quick. Yeah. Hey, Corey, that little stance right there, that joint do look kind of sugared up though. That stance do look kind of sugared up though. I ain't gonna front for you. Oh my goodness. Hey, bro. Woo. Look at that stance. It look like he about to go sell some bubblegum shrimp. So, hey, mama.
This is a sick Negro.
Man, y'all got to blame Corey on this one, man. Y'all got to blame him on this one, man. You can't blame me. No, sir. Don't blame me. Oh, my goodness. Woo! Anyway, let's move on, fam. This wasn't supposed to be a comedy presentation tonight. Let's move on. I'm just trying to say that the foundation of FBA is not even FBA. That's all I'm saying. And FBA should make those leaders and propagators prove who they are. Hey, family, this is my therapy, family. I'm sorry. I've been going through some stuff lately, family. Yeah, I've been going through some stuff lately. Press 7 if this is your therapy. Is the grass sheet your therapy? Because me, doing this research, it takes a few hours to get it done. Moochie throw me some stuff, and Moochie might, maybe it's just very, very, and I got a lot of stuff going on in the background. I'm just saying, fam, is this your therapy like it's the Grand Chic therapy, man? You gotta have a laugh sometime. You know what I mean? Woo! Because this is a joke. This is something that is educational and it's funny. And let me say something, family. If people really pay attention to Moorish World TV, there's a lot of critical thinking going on here. Like I'm really looking at the detail in this, man. Like why would Cabo wear this sport jacket with the falcon on it? Like that ain't it, bro. That you just going too far. You're overcompensating. Is that the way that compensating? It's just going too far, bro. Why? I don't get it. Why you have to do this? It's just too much. I mean, listen, I love the knowledge of ancient Kemet like anybody else. I'm telling you, but I ain't gonna be able to do that. Y'all know I'm a Moorish American. I tell the Moors all the time, fam, you ain't gonna never see me in the on chic shoes curled up. I don't care how much Moors be wearing them demonstrations. Moors be so pressed to let people know that they Moors. Man, they be wearing the on chic shoes, the Joker shoes. You know, the shoes on the Jack of Hearts. Man, I'm good on that one. No that. Buddy. I ain't wearing the on chic shoes. No that. I ain't gonna wear the hammer pants either. Know that. Call me what you want. I ain't gonna be able to do the hammer pants. Know that. I'm good. I created the pantaloon. I ain't gonna be able to do it. Listen, if I wear jeans or if I wear sweatpants or whatever, you know what I mean? They're all pantaloon. You know what I mean? Our ancestors made the pants, the pantaloon. I ain't able to do the curly up shoes. I'm good. Someone said Pan-Africanism has been around for decades. What has the movement accomplished? What has the movement accomplished? Brother, one of the things that Pan-Africanism accomplished was the WIC program. The Black Panthers was a Pan-African based movement. And today, your children, if they are short on some money, they can go and get WIC. WIC program was born out of the Black Panthers food program, which is a black, a Pan-Africanist group, because when things got thick, they ran and they was able to seek refuge in African countries. That's just one. I can go on forever. I did a whole show about that before, brother. Ursa, I did a whole show about that. I did a whole show about the accomplishment of Pan-Africans next to the accomplishment of what you say FBA. But there is no such thing as FBA. It's all an illusion. So the comparison is just for a show. You know what I mean? The comparison is just for a show. But the FBAs, the people that you call FBA wouldn't even identify with FBA. They would identify with Pan-Africanism. You say what Pan-Africanism accomplished? You using Frances Cress Welsing. What did she accomplish? Huh? Come on, you in the wrong argument, brother. You in the wrong argument. You can't. There's no way you can defend this argument, bro. Now, this is my brother. Now you can't tell me. You can't tell me that that Kaba ain't out there on the island somewhere, man. You can't tell me that one, man. You can't tell me. You can't tell me that, man. Nah, man. You can't tell me, man. Yeah, everyone on the wall is Pan-Africanist, and you gonna say, what did Pan-African accomplish? That's the dumbest argument in the world. That's the dumbest. But now, I'm. Now my brother. Listen. Now my brother. You can't. I don't think that's Mississippi. I'm just saying. I just see this is why they get mad at me, man. Listen. Somebody say Pan-African ideas didn't create our ideals here. What ideas are you talking about? Sean, you can see me live, but what ideas are you talking about? I just gave one example. Sean W. Pan-African did create the ideals for liberation. Don't get it twisted. 1,000% Pan-Africanist supporters is created the ideals for liberation. Every one of them, whether it was Garvey, whether it was Prophet Noble Drew Ali, whether it was Elijah Muhammad, whether it was name somebody. The Black Panthers, name somebody. The Hebrew Israelites, even though they don't identify with Africa, they look at things from a world view of us as a people. Name somebody. Name Sean W. Name every ideal as it relates to liberation is founded on Pan-Africanism. Every single one of them. Even my brother Martin Luther King got on board before they took him out. Every liberation movement is founded on Pan-Africanism. And that's why there's a surge to try to remove the concept of Pan-Africanism, because the uniting of a people destroys the oppressor chances to continue to dominate. That's why this FBA concept today is being pushed to the forefront by Twitter pages, being pushed to the forefront by social media, even being put in movies now, because the concept of unity, you know what I'm saying? The concept of unity destroys oppression. You see what I'm saying? He said, I go to Shire all the time. Foundation of Black Movement is creating more togetherness than FBAs. I don't know what you're talking about now. But with that being said, there is not a liberation movement in America that is not founded on Pan-Africanism concept. Never. It doesn't even exist. Liberation doesn't exist without Pan-Africanism concepts. It doesn't exist. Not in America. Somebody was talking about, and when I say Pan-Africanism concepts, I'm talking about a universal approach of unity in order to fight oppression and to liberate people. That's what I'm talking about. Now, and you can name anybody. This is a new age concept. That we need to put ourselves on an island and fight everybody who's not from the plantation. This is a new age concept. This is a new infiltration concept. That's all this is. This has nothing to do with liberation. This has nothing to do with social advancement. This has nothing to do with economic upheaval. This has nothing to do with nothing. This is about one person using a term to get people to buy into it, and he benefit while everybody else still happy just to be called something that they wasn't formally called. That's all it is. But when you look at the truth of what it is what it is. Now, family, let's get back to Claude Anderson. Where does Claude Anderson come from? Where does he come from? Does anybody know? And the brother said he comes from Detroit. The brother, he doesn't come from Detroit. I mean, he was in Detroit, but he doesn't come from Detroit. I mean, Sean W. Who is Claude Anderson? Where does his people come from? Oh yeah, we got 15 more minutes. Let's get it, family. Where does his people come from? Who is Claude Anderson? Why do we have people that we don't even know who they are telling us how to define ourselves? See, at this point, people need to question those people who are redirecting them. You know what I'm saying? Because there's nothing wrong with uniting with people who suffer the same trauma that you suffer in order to get the oppression off you. When would there ever be something wrong with that? When? That doesn't even make sense. Listen to this.
The majority's responsibility to take care of the minority, not the minority itself, because the minority doesn't have any power to do it. See, it's going backwards. See, black folk as a systematically planned minority, which means black folk will never get in any power positions because the immigration laws won't let you bring in black refugees. That's why you can't bring Haitians into the country. That's why you had 3,000 blacks on a ship off the coast of Liberia going up down the west coast for 2 months because nobody would take them in. This country never went out on a limb and said, hey, we'll bring in those African refugees just as we brought in refugees from Cambodia, Vietnam, and Taiwan, and Hungary, and from Cuba. Nobody ever goes out to try to bring in blacks because you got a quota on blacks. That quota was lifted from 0 to 1/2 of 1% in 1966 with the new immigration laws. But you still can't get blacks in a significant number. That means that black folk will always be losers because they never had a majority population.
That sound like Pan-African talk to me. That sound like Pan-African talk to me. Press 7 if that sound like Pan-Africanism talk to you. That you get more of us here so we can work together to lift the oppression. That don't sound like Native Black American talk. That don't sound like FBA talk. That sound like Pan-African talk. So how is he the father of FBA? How is he the father of FBA? In fact, nobody knows who he is. You follow me? Nobody knows who he is in reality. Nobody knows who he is. I mean, nobody knows who he is. See, when we get to the nitty gritty, right, and we go back and we start to see pictures like this, you say, hold up, wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. Hold up, who we got going over here? I mean, wait a minute now. Hold up now. This is why he says they and them. This is why. They and them. They and them. They and them. But this is the foundation of the foundational black Americans. Right here. Remember they came on the show? Remember they came on the show and they said, oh no, the foundational black Americans didn't start with Tariq Nasheed. It started with Claude Anderson. It started with Claude Anderson. And I said, don't make me do a show on Claude Anderson because I will show that he was compromised. I will show that everything he put forward had no staying power. It had nothing to benefit us as a people. And 9 times out of 10, he was a gatekeeper. Now, even when you see him right there, right? I just told y'all how they do. When they put him in the school with our people, this is how he bushed his hair out. You see how they change him up? When they put him in the school in the Florida in the Florida school system, this is how he looked. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? But when I catch him naturally, see, people be talking about how Chinese people be doing their hairs like us. Bro, sis, nah. Ain't that something? Ain't that the same thing that we see with Kaba back in the day? Ain't it the same thing? Huh? Ain't it the same thing? They played a role. They played a role when it suits them. It played a role when it suits them. I'm telling you what I know. Because these are gatekeepers, I'm trying to tell you. Listen. Here's him right here. They played a role when it suits him. He said he looked like you. Well, good. I can trace myself back. I can show you my whole family. This him right here. Now, is that the Claude Anderson that we see? This is the foundation of foundational black Americans, they say. This is it. I told them to stop playing with me. biracial. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about that we have people to trying to rename people when we don't even know who they are. I'm not saying he's biracial. I'm not saying he's not anything. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying that this is a common theme that they send people to our community and they give us. See, you guessing now, Rob 816. There's no need to guess. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying we don't know who these people are. I don't care if he's mixed. I don't care if he's European. Just let me know. You can't see, listen. You don't know who Tariq Nasheed is. You don't know how he got the name Tariq Nasheed. You don't know if he's can trace himself back to the same requirement he gives people, but he's renaming people. You follow what I'm saying? I have no problem with the renaming, but first let's make sure that you meet the criteria before you state the criteria and using it to compare other people to. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Now, with that being said, let's get into this. Another one that they uses a lot is our brother Neely Fuller. Neely Fuller, right? But let me tell you this. Neely Fuller is a real one. Let me tell you the difference between Neely Fuller and everybody else I name. You actually can trace Neely Fuller. We're going to do a quick tracing of Neely Fuller. It's going to take about 5 minutes, and then we're going to get out of here. We can actually trace Neely Fuller. This is all we asking. This is all we are asking. So let's look at Neely Fuller. Let's look at Neely Fuller. One thing we know is that Neely Fuller, the reason why I'm pulling up Neely Fuller though, this is why, let me go back. The reason why I'm pulling out Neely Fuller, because this is where they got that term, the code, from. If you don't know, stay on code. That comes from Neely Fuller. So even the FBAs don't know where they get that from. That's a Neely Fuller saying, to stay on code. All right? So, with that being said, he's a foundation of this concept of, somebody said commenting on a photo is on topic. All right. So he's a foundation of this rhetoric, if you will. But that doesn't mean that he's a bad guy. The whole thing in a nutshell is, from what I've come to see as of now, he's in the clear. Do y'all remember Michi X came up with that thing, the Black Agenda? Do y'all remember that? Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. The Black Agenda. Anybody remember that? Press 7 if y'all remember that. And one thing about Neely Fuller, he speaks on this. You know what I mean? He speaks on this. So let me see if I can find it real quick. Y'all seen that before? Michi X was talking about the Black Agenda. That's another hijack from Neely Fuller. Right? And hold up. Let me see if I can find it. I see y'all aware. So, and this make me think that Neely Fuller is a real one. And I'm going to show you why in a minute. There we go. There it is. So look. Let me show y'all this real quick and then we're going to get to it. This is why I think Neely Fuller is a real one. First of all, you can trace him. That's number one. He's not hiding nothing. People that hide stuff are super suspect, right? So, when you look at, let me throw this up here for y'all. So when you look at Michi X, she used to do this black agenda thing, right? And all of this traces back, like the code, the black agenda. That's why I say Michi X is no different than Tariq Nasheed. She's just not as charismatic. That's all. She's just not as charismatic. Now, that's right. All of them got military backgrounds. All of them got military backgrounds. So we can't forget all that. But as you can see in 1991, Neely Fuller had the Black Agenda Special. Will feature Dr. Francis Cress Wellesley, author of the ISIS paper, Neely Fuller Jr., author of the textbooks for victims of racism, white supremacy, and special airs at 7 a.m. Thursday, Cablevision, Channel 33. Hold up, let me open this up for y'all to see it. I'm sorry. So when I seen that, I'm like, hold up. It's like a common theme that I see is that government operations do not do anything new. They continue to use something that has worked, or they use something that is legitimate and they put their own twist to it. You follow what I'm saying? They take something that is legitimate, like this could be a legitimate event back in 1991. But in 2023, they would say, okay, yes, you use this title for your event because there's an energy connected to that. Now, you got to understand how energy works too. There's an energy connected to that, and this may draw people in because the foundation of this concept was on legitimate basis. But today's world is on grifting basis. So that's originally where we get the black agenda from. Let's start right there. Now, let's move on just a little bit more further, right? Let me stop there real quick. All right. Now, this is the reason I think Neely Fuller is a little bit legit. One, you can trace him back to 1949, where he's literally trying to get, in fact, he got it. You can trace him back to 1949, where he's actually claiming the estate of his father, right? His father passed away. He's claiming the estate of his father. And when he claims the estate of his father is pretty much a wealthy guy to some degree of that era. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much he had a business called the People's Hotel. And he was definitely for the people. From what I've come to see. This is Neely Fuller Sr. This is what I mean. You can trace him. So we got to give people like this the benefit of the doubt. Listen to this. Neely Fuller Sr. was born December 28, 1884 in Conway, Arkansas. He and his twin sister Viola were the last of 16 children of Zachariah and Judea Fuller. His mother died the day he was born. At the age of 19, with only 5 years of formal education and walking most of the way, Neely joined. This is his father. Neely journeyed to Indian Territory and Muskogee. He obtained a job as a cook, helper in Germany. He has a history. You know what I'm saying? He has a history. 10 years later, on March 26, 1913, Fuller opened his own restaurant and rented a building in a 200 block of North 2nd. In 1921, he purchased a 3-story building, 312, 316 North 2nd, and became proprietor of People's Hotel. That there was People's Hotel. He had a hotel strictly for his people, and cafe, billiards parlor, and a barbershop. This was for our people. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I kind of give Neely Fuller the benefit of the doubt. Look at his father. The restaurant opened 24 hours a day, became a favorite of both local citizens and travelers from all over the country. In later years, Fuller business interests included a meat market and garage. Neely married Edna L. Lewis, a Muskogee school teacher in native Oklahoma of Black and Creek Indian heritage. You feel what I'm saying? We got history here. So we got to give people with history a benefit of the doubt. Benefit of the doubt. They have 4 children, Edno Fairfax Neely Jr. and Joseph Lewis. He was a member of the First Baptist Church of 5th and Denison, known as civic-minded progressive businessman whose normal working day was 16 hours. Fuller also was articulate, homespun. You know what I mean? Why only the benefit of the doubt? The benefit of the doubt is because people are using these people for their benefit. You know what I mean? Listen, research is constantly going. When you have people, so all right, here's the benefit of the doubt. So Neely Fuller Sr. is definitely one that catered to his people and whoever would support his business endeavors. But now his son would go into the military, and his son in the 70s would get involved in rhetoric without total substance. So when I say benefit of the doubt, I want you to understand what I'm saying. His father actually was putting boots on the ground for his community, right? If that makes sense. But his son, for instance, he was pretty much just a talker, a lecturer. And he talked about white supremacy. And the problem that I have, the problem that I have with that, the problem that I have with our people that have all of these solutions, but they don't organize people around the solution, it make me think that there is somebody else that is redirecting the tensions of our people by touching their emotional space. Press 7 if you understand what I'm saying. So when I say I give Neely Fuller Jr. the benefit of the doubt, I'm saying that at the end of the day, how many people have been organized? You know what I'm saying? Well, Cryptonomics, I don't look at one as being black, quote unquote, from Africa. I don't look at one as black being indigenous to America. I look at people who are working together to alleviate oppression. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not looking at him from the perspective whether he Muskogee Indian or if he came off the boat. I'm looking at people working as a collective in a community with melanated people. And I'm saying that his father was one of those ones. But now when you get into the 70s with Neely Fuller Jr., it's a lot of talk. It's nothing put in place to organize people, to move people forward in no way, shape, or form. It's just talk. And that's the problem. That's why I say I give him the benefit of the doubt, because it's just talk. It's just talk. And this has been the problem with our people. It's been talk. This is why Tariq Nasheed can come and just talk. He can be in his house and he can just talk. This is why. It's played out to this day. And then after the talk, give a concert. Oh, reparations or nothing at all. Even our brother Minister Farrakhan, he says something to the effect that we're not talking about someone being a horrible person, Mr. Know-It-All. You off. Let me get him to make another account, man. But nobody is talking about. No, Sean W. What I'm saying is this. I want you to understand what I'm saying. Our people have been oppressed. Anywhere that you see an oppressed people, you have people that are organized to lift the oppression. When you have people in the United States that claim to be fighting oppression with rhetoric, that's a problem to me. Maybe not to you, but that's a problem with me, because we have too many examples. When you see that Neely Fuller Jr. was in the Nation of Islam, when you see, and we do have organizations, listen, we do have organizations that will facilitate rhetoric,
with no progress. NOI did a march a few years ago called Justice or Else. Or else what? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We have too many examples. We have way too many examples of how to organize, continue to organize until we get the on hand of oppression up off us. So when you got people just giving speeches, like I'm here talking right now, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm here talking right now, right? But I am a part of an organization. People might say, well, man, what the Moors had done. So what? I'm still a part of an organization. I still have things that I'm doing to try to further the progress of lifting oppression. I mean, I'm talking though. So I'm just saying that we do need some talkers, I would imagine. But I think enough with the talk and without the action behind it. You know what I mean? Enough with the talk without the action behind it. When you're talking about white supremacy, which is dangerous for a people on the receiving end, and you haven't organized, that's a major problem. Because the catchword or the hot word is the white man is the devil, the white supremacy, anything dealing with Europeans, you make it so a hot word so people can respond, and on the back end you sell a book, you sell a lecture, and the people still stay in the same position. That's the issue. That's the issue. Especially if, like, a Neely Fuller Jr., who has been a part of the Nation of Islam, I mean, he's been a part of the Nation of Islam. So where is the organizing effort to lift this on hand of oppression? Where is the effort? The talking is not doing it. And we have examples. That's the problem. I could see if we had no examples. We have examples. So I don't care how old you are. I don't care how impactful and how nice you talk and how charismatic you are. If you are not organizing people to move the meter just a little bit, to move that hand just a little bit, man, it's hard for me to take you serious. It's hard for me to take you serious. And so at the foundation of foundational Black American, this is what we find. We find people that really not even about that work. Now, but again, I give Neely Fuller the benefit of the doubt. And I give him the benefit of the doubt because of some of the things that he's said. Case in point, some of the things that he said, things like this.
If he is aware of a Mr. Tariq Nasheed, now I don't know who that is, using his code system and some of his terminology, i.e. the religion of white supremacy, as a title for his films and promoting it as if it were his own. With what seems to be no real intention of working to end white supremacy, but only profit from the controversy surrounding that fact. Not sure if he has reached out to you, although he does admit to respecting your works. I just hate to see people stealing, especially ideas and intellectual property. Very respective, Greg Major. Now, I don't know if Greg Major is a true person. I don't know if this actually existed to get out this, whatever this film is, but what do you think about that?
Well, that's an accusation that I can't respond to because I'm not familiar with any of that. I'm not familiar with the gentleman that he's talking about. I've heard the name, and I understand he produces products that have to do with film or videos or something. And no one by that name has contacted me, but I'll just go to the code on that and just
go to the code.
Say there's, and in the word guide it says everybody should stand by his or her work. Now, I often quote people. I quote Mark Twain. I quote Adolf Hitler. I quote Winston Churchill, Frederick Douglass. I always say where I'm quoting, whom I'm quoting, and I quote myself. When I'm quoting myself, I say, this is what I'm saying, okay?
Now, stop there. Most people don't know that FBA got that term code from
sticking to the code. They got that from Neely Fuller. That was hijack. And not only that, let me go a little bit further.
If I'm quoting Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, I'll say this is what Dr. Frances Cress Welsing has told me, or that I read it somewhere that she has written. If I'm quoting Frederick Douglass, I say that I'm quoting Frederick Douglass. Now, this is very essential.
See, back then, Tariq Nasheed was stealing some of the intellectual property. You feel what I'm saying? Neely Fuller compensatory code, whatever. But they shortened it to the code. But what I was going to say is that he was using a lot of Neely Fuller words, right? He's using a lot of his words. And he's coming back and said, man, nobody is giving him credit, basically. Nobody, like Tariq Nasheed wasn't giving him credit.
Counter-racist codification,
but you ain't heard nothing yet.
The reason being, everybody should know where the source of their material is coming from, if they know it, and not what you call give credit, just state it as a fact. Because
see, back then, just like all of the infiltration within our community, nothing is never original. All you got to do is find the source. So when people say the code is the leader, they're using they're superimposing the concept of the code given to us by Neely Fuller to use it for their own objective. But let me tell you something, and let me get out of here. One of the things that people really need to understand is that not only did at that time did they hijack a lot of Neely Fuller stuff, but even now they make a cartoon. People got a cartoon using Neely Fuller voice. Guess who makes this cartoon on the internet? Making thousands of dollars with a YouTube channel, making this cartoon. Guess. Using Neely Fuller voice. Guess. Take a guess. Take a guess who's making cartoons using Neely Fuller voice and his speeches on a YouTube channel. Guess. Take a guess. Take a guess. 74,000 subscribers. Guess. Neely Fuller said, I don't even know this guy. Never reached out to me. And every cartoon on here is using Neely Fuller's voice from his lectures, and the cartoon acts out Neely Fuller. And guess what? You can even catch Marcus in some of the cartoons. Yeah, you can catch Marcus in some of the cartoons. Yes. So this is a hidden account right here that don't nobody know. Don't nobody know. But guess what? I know the signature. I know the signature. And I know the IP address. I know where it's coming from. Yeah. So if you go there, hip hop cartoon, all Neely Fuller. If you get to the right videos, I couldn't find it today, you actually see Marcus depicting himself in there. Yeah. So this is why I said I give Neely Fuller the benefit of the doubt, because he speaks against this kind of thing. You feel me? He speaks against this kind of thing. So with that being said, family, let me say I want everybody to thumbs up. This was a beautiful show. I will see you probably Saturday. If not Saturday, I will see you Sunday. Go to the channel, family. Go to the channel and check it out. Go check it out. I will see you Saturday. If not Saturday, Sunday. I got to take a breather. I don't want to burn myself out. I got a heavy load that I have to carry. And I don't want to burn myself out. So I want to make sure that I can give you some consistency. Family, do y'all be missing me when I be gone for like a week and I only do one show a week, huh? This number 3 this week, I think. Ain't this number 3? Y'all be missing me? Well, I got a lot going on. I don't want to burn myself out. So I want to make sure that I don't burn myself out. I want to make sure I don't burn myself out. So tomorrow is Holy Day for the Moorish Americans. And so I won't be live tomorrow, but I will be live Saturday. But if not Saturday, definitely Sunday. Definitely Sunday. And if you miss me, I miss you too. Because like I say, this is my therapy. I do have a heavy load right now that I'm carrying, but at the end of the day, family, I do enjoy this research. The time that it takes to do this stuff is kind of like a job, but hey, I guess the universe will reward in time. Thank you for all your support. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Sean W., for your respectful comments. Even if we don't agree on all commentary, I appreciate your respectful comments. I appreciate all respectful comments. Thank you for anybody who support financially. If I don't say your name, just know that you all appreciate it. The original people sent me $7 and said, this is for lunch. I said, thank you, original people. I appreciate you. You sent me $7 cash out today. The original people, my man. I said, I appreciate it too. I went and got me, but I got me a water. Y'all know kombucha now is like almost $5. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Yeah. So appreciate. Yeah, thank you, Sean W. You said FBA, but much respect, brother. Much respect for you too. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. I mean, this is
if this was another genre like entertainment news, would have millions and millions of views. This is a masterpiece. This man.
Talk to him.
You thought you were smarter than everyone else. The way you scammed your people and acquired your wealth. You were scandalous, all about yourself. But now we gon' take it all back and give the people real help.
Yeah, come on now.
You were the bully of the internet. Trolling was an obsession, showing aggression to those who came with questions. Had people donating to build your empire. But now the roof is on fire and about to expire. Your wife about leaving, your family scared that the world is gonna discover that you're really a fed. All the disrespecting while in witness protection, hiding in plain sight undetected. But you attacked wrong brother and started a war. I guess your pops never warned you not to play with them more. You thought you were smarter than everyone else. They waste scammed your people and acquired your wealth. You were scandalous, all about yourself. But now we gon' take it all back and give the people real help. Everything you got it from mental extortion. I know you're praying to Monsieur to lose you for you don't lose you for you. I know trying to figure how you can win this game. Put your assets into Shirley or Pina name. But that won't work because then more is intelligent. And when it all said and done, you're gonna end up selling it. You should have checked your ego and shut your mouth. Now the world is watching as the more air you out. Thought you were smarter than everyone else.
Yes, sir.
They listened to people and acquired your wealth. You were scandalous, all about yourself. But now we gon' take it all back and give the people real help.
Thank you for joining me, fam.
People real.
We're gonna take it all back.
Thank you for your support, family.